everybody. Today I am scrapping this photo of my stepson and his family from my youngest grandson's newborn photo shoot. He is now 10 months old, so I can't believe that he looks so tiny here. Anyway, that I absolutely loved that vellum with all the words on it from El Studio Sienna, and it is called Happy Moments. And it's just beautiful, so I really wanted to use that. I'm going to back it with a piece of aqua stripe paper from Sienna, and that piece is called Patchwork. And now I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to back the photo with. I know I want to back it with something, but I'm not quite sure what that is. And I do like this blue polka dot paper from El Studio. It's called the paper is called Lots of Love. It has 4 quadrants on it, so that the polka dot paper and then this stripe paper that I'm looking at right now are both from that Lots of Love quadrant paper. And I kind of like that when they do that, although normally I want a full piece also of the patterns that they have in there, which they don't do. So one of the things I'm going to do is the photo is a little bit wide because it's a full 4x6, and obviously that paper there would be a 6x6. So I'm going to cut down some of the white space in that photo. And I do love all the white space in it, but I need to cut it down a little bit so it fits on the striped paper. And I don't want a ton of like a very big border on the striped paper, but I do want somewhat of a border. The other thing that I was kind of looking at, by the way, is the stripe behind the vellum there. It is vertical. I turned the paper vertical, so I made sure that the stripe on the photo mat is also going vertical as well. I think that's an important thing, because just otherwise they'd be fighting each other. All right, now I also want a journaling card here. Or I shouldn't say, I don't need a journaling card here, but I did like this little 3x4 card that says adorable, love you so, happy and sweetest. And I think it just adds something to the layout and the photo block. They're making it seem more important. So that card is from Sienna as well. It's from the journaling tags. Now I'm going through my Sienna wood veneers, and that's where I'm going to pick out all of these pieces. So I have a little tag there that says precious. I have a heart there as well. So I'm going to use those 2 pieces to surround the photo, and just to get another texture in here. I have a lot of paper and I have the vellum texture, but that wood veneer will also add to it as well. Now I'm trying to find pieces to go behind these wood veneers or to work in a cluster with the wood veneers. And I haven't found the right piece. And part of the problem here is that I don't have any like larger die cut pieces left. So I'm kind of looking to see what I have. So that was the bits and pieces pack, the die cut pack. And now I'm going through another pack here where I have put, if I cut things apart from either the snippets or the cut apart sheet, or even off the paper that cuts apart, I just put that in this little pack here. But there's nothing big enough there either. I'm a little desperate, so I'm just kind of looking at the stickers to see if there's anything I could use there as well. And then I see this journaling card and I see the circle, which starts me thinking about what else I could do. Like, what other pieces could I put on here? And I see this little heart piece. I just cut those labels apart just so that I could throw them in the other thing there. So see that little heart piece, and I think, well, maybe that would look cute with the little heart. But I don't like the green. It's a little bit too bright. for all the aqua. And the aqua has definitely been muted as well by the vellum. So I'm thinking about this, that little happiness piece, that doesn't work. So, you know, I'm just looking at all that and none of that stuff is working. So I am going to go and grab punches, which is what I'm doing right now. I'm going to grab a circle punch. And then also my tag punch. There's a little pink circle punch, and just there's my tag punch, and then I grabbed circle punch, and then I also grabbed a heart punch too, thinking maybe I would use that. But so what I did right away is I just grabbed my circle punch, and I'm going to use that to back the heart. Now, in case you're new to scrapbooking and you're watching this, when you use a punch, turn it upside down so that you can actually see what and where you're punching. One of the best tips I ever got when I was a new scrapbooker was to do that. So I took those two circles there, and they're going to lay behind the wood veneers. So that will help give them a place to rest. And then, or they were laying behind the wood veneers. And then I decided maybe I wanted another shape up there. I don't know. I just, with the way the little label is that says Precious, it almost seemed like it needed something other than the circle. So I'm going to take my Memento Dewdrop ink in gray flannel, and I'm just going to ink the edges of the journaling card and the circle, the little tab, and then the photo mat also will get inked. That just helps that pop off the page. I almost always use this gray flannel ink when I'm using El Studio product. I love it. It's so soft and beautiful, but it's almost like the papers need just a little bit of an edge, and that's what that gray ink gives it. It's a little bit darker. It could even be a little bit lighter if I use my foam pad, my inking tool, my ink blending tool. This collection I think is about 2 years old. If it's not, I just used it to scrapbook my other grandson's baby photos as well, or some of them. So I think it's cool that, and I know there's a layout with him with this vellum sheet as well too, so they will definitely be there, and they'll be far enough apart in the books that, you know, that won't be readily apparent that, you know, I've done that. But even if people do see it, I'm okay with that. It's fine. I think the continuity of that idea that they each had a baby photo scrapbooked with it is a really good thing. All right, so I did try that circle again, and as I'm seeing that circle, I'm starting to think that there's a lot of space at the top of this photo cluster here, photo block here, and maybe I need to figure out what to do with that. And what to do with that is to take that circle and put it up there, and that gives me a third area of embellishment. And now I want to get a wood veneer in there because I have a wood veneer in the other two clusters. And I'm sorry that this is off camera, or almost all the way off camera. And I find this hello, which I think is cute because it looks like my oldest grandson is kind of saying hello to my youngest grandson in this photo. The other thing that's kind of nice about that being up at the top is now the vellum is anchored at the top, not just kind of in the bottom half of the layout as well too, because when I do something like this, I don't worry about using a vellum adhesive. I just anchor it under whatever I'm putting on top of it if I can. And now I did that. I went to put the hello back on and I can't find it. I don't know where it is. I go through quite a bit here looking for it. And I can't find it anywhere. I will eventually find it before the video is done. I looked on the floor and I just kind of tried. I thought, well, I think I'll just see. I went, where is it? And I thought, well, I'll just wait because that was such a perfect embellishment. And I thought it got stuck between somehow. I just thought, I'll wait because if nothing else, I'll find it when I clean up. So all I'm doing now is I just took my Chamel Gray ink pen and I popped a date up on there. I'm still frustrated and looking for that hello. You saw me tap my fingers there. I just can't believe that I could lose it so easily. See, I keep looking for it, even though I've looked all these places, still looked at all these places. So as I was looking, I found this die cut here that says remember this forever, and that is from the Bits and Pieces pack. So I'm going to pull my ticket out just a little bit so I can get that in there. And the Bits and Pieces is what Elle's Studio calls their die cuts. All right, so that's nice. You know, I have the circles on the right and then I have the little bit on the left there. I'm wanting something more on these, in these clusters. I'm not quite sure what it is at this point, but I know I want something else. I wanted more color in that cluster. I think that's part of what I wanted. I don't think I know. Part of what I wanted is I did want more color in the clusters. I thought about punching a heart, but it wasn't big enough. I'm going to a vellum heart die cut there. Thinking about it, just like I needed more in that cluster to, plus I wanted, really wanted color. You can tell I'm tapping, and I'm tapping that circle up there because I'm still trying to figure out where the heck my hello is. So now what I do is I grab my enamel dots, which sit in a little tiny 31 bag kind of right in front of me, and I grab these Doodlebug enamel dots, which are called sprinkles. So they're the Doodlebug sprinkles in Bumblebee. And so I put one on the heart there, and then I'm going to add them to that cluster. I know I'm going to want to put them in the top cluster, but since I can't find the hello right now, I didn't. And there it was. I pushed my chair back and it had fallen down below my desk at my feet, but it fell onto its side. So, and my desk is almost the same color as that wood veneer was. So I had a really hard time seeing it. And there I moved it down so you can see it. Thank goodness. Okay, so now that I have that on there, and it's just such a perfect size and fits that circle so well, I would not have been very happy if I couldn't have found it. And it's a fairly big piece. It's not like I lost an enamel dot. All right, so now I'm going to go back and I'm going to add some green enamel dots. And I think I said at one time I was thinking about doing this monochromatic, but I don't, other than it is kind of reading that way, except that where the, or it was reading that way, except I had the striped paper behind the photograph. But now I'm going to bring out the green and as well as the yellow. So those enamel dots, green enamel dots, are from Simple Stories Posh, the enamel dots. And I love the way that kind of looks. Sometimes I'll scatter them around and sometimes I'll just put them in a line like I am with these. And I didn't have like enough of all the shapes for the green, so I kind of had to vary what the size was that was going in there in each of the clusters. All right, so now I found the hello. The layout is complete. I hope you are all well, and I'll be back with another layout soon. Here's the detail shots and the still shots. Bye.